Namaste, everyone. A very good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're joining us. We have now entered day 39th of our 40-day meditation challenge. Adding to the celebration of our almost completing 40-day of regularly meditating, doing Sadhai and Sajjan Sangatya. Today we celebrate the dream of all the warriors who could think, believe, and see beyond their circumstances. Today, let's celebrate great, great enlightened being, Gandhiji, Mahatma Gandhiji. And let us all celebrate the great warriors within us. With next breath, I request you all to find a comfortable seat, comfortable place where you can relax yourself completely. Collapsing your hands, fingers into fingers, crossing your legs, gently closing your eyes. And simply being one with your natural, tender, soft breath. How your natural breath is going in and how your breath is coming out. For the next 30 minutes, just become one with your breath. And let everything else be taken care by nature. Do not open your eyes. Just be with your breath.
Ragupati Raghavaraja Ram Padita Pavan Sitara Ragupati Raghavaraja Ram Padita Pavan Sitara. राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम रघुपति 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 राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम पावन हे राजा।
last 5 minutes. Do not open your eyes. Simply be with your breath. Last 5 minutes. Just be with your breath. Last 1 minute. Let us meditate in this silence for the next 1 minute. Simply be with your breath, your natural, tender, soft breath. And with your next breath, I invite you back in your body senses. Gently unclasp your hands and place them on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And whenever you're ready, kindly open your eyes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for this wonderful meditation. Thank you for your presence, physical, non physical. Thank you for the energies. Let us all clap for this wonderful meditation today. Anyone want to share their experience? How was it? Was the music fine? We did 45 minutes meditation today. All right. Sandy is saying very calming music. Wow. Okay. I want to hear Jay. Jay, if you can come up. I know you shared that your phone, your system is not working well, but if you can speak or write your experience, I would love to talk to you today. So if you can find to join from any other phone that works, that would be great. All right. How are you feeling, Seema? How was your meditation yesterday? Okay. All right. So, shall we begin? Shall we complete our chapter number 4? Till Seema unmute herself and speak. Harish is saying wonderful meditation. Thank you. Farah is saying, oh, thumbs up. Hi, Farah. So glad you joined.
Hello.
Hello.
It's a beautiful meditation, and the music was so uplifting. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. So tomorrow is going to be our last day. We are going to celebrate in many ways. Anybody wants to come up with their own sharings, learnings? We'll dance together, we'll enjoy. Anybody wants to sing, anything that they find celebrating, we'll do it tomorrow. All right. So now let me share my screen and let's learn from this book, wonderful book that we are reading, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Let me just open my book. I want to see you all. Please, kindly, please open up your cameras so that I can see you and talk to you. Okay. I think Shushma is someone new, and I would love to talk to you, Shushma. So if you can come online on the camera and talk about yourself, introduce yourself, it would be great. Hi, Harish. Good to see you.
Good morning, everyone. Actually, I'm just leaving for the. Actually, we have a rally for a vegan, so we are going to distribute leaflets and promoting about the vegetarian and veganism.
Where are you?
I'm just going to leave. So right now in my home only, but
No, where location?
that is the Raipur,
Okay, so it's happening in Raipur. Wow, wow.
far from
That's
my like. But I'm going to be there. Like 7:30, we have the time to meet there.
awesome. That's wonderful. They're having rally for vegetarianism. In so share about what happens in rally. What happens when you do march?
Yeah, actually, what happened where I'm living now, only two people are going for the release. Me and one girl is there every time. So it doesn't matter. So we two people are going every day, like in on the 26th January or 15th August. But this time I'm going to be Raipur and like we planning to be going on the school and sharing the leaflets about the vegetarianism, veganism, and at the same time we are going to like 20 people going to give a one line sentences what we are doing on this vegan and vegetarianism like this. Basically, we want to create the awareness, but for the student this time. So we are going to cover so many schools because they are going to leave at 9 after doing the independence 15th August ceremony like event. So we are planning for that actually.
Hey, that's great. That's great. Two people are enough.
Yeah, definitely. Like previously, we are thinking. So I thought no need to be think. She's ready and she's very young actually, and she's having that much courage. Then I don't have any issues. Anyhow, I have to go. Like I have to do that. That's it. So, but we are two people, but people are going to be come and see and going to interact with you if you are in the main area on the like Choraha in the where people are going regularly and see you.
Absolutely. You're gonna join more hands on the way. All the best, Harish. Great. Awesome.
Thank you.
All the
Thank
best for your march.
you. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I will join tomorrow and dance tomorrow for sure.
Enjoy. Thank you. All right. Wow. So coming back to the book, we are at the page 91 of the book Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. So last we talked about how our emotions, turned into moons, and then it turns into temperaments, and then it turned into permanent personality, you know, traits, and we call it our nature. So let's dig further on it. So we can't change when living in the predictable future. Okay. So we can't change when living in the predictable future. Focus on desired new experience as my daughter did when she created her summer job in Italy. As her story demonstrates, if we focus on an intended event, future event, and then plan how we will prepare or behave, we will be there will be a moment when we are so clear and focused on that possible future that thoughts are thinking, will begin to become that experience itself. So you have to become, so you have to bring the future event in your present as if it's happening right now. So live your future, whatever is your desired future, in the now. Once the thought becomes the experience, its end product is an emotion. When the experience, once the thoughts become experience, its end product is emotion. So basically, all your memories are the creator of emotions. When you come from the past, But if you are acting in the present moment, being aware in the present moment, you are creating new emotions with the observation what's happening in your present moment, present reality. And then let's jump into quantum field. By bringing the future event in the present and creating the feelings that we want to feel in the future, while that desired reality is being created, already has been created. So we're bringing that emotion and thoughts in the present. So we're surpassing the environment also. We're becoming greater than environment. Great example of Mahatma Gandhi shared in this book, and we all know how he became greater than his environment, brought future event which he could see in the present moment of his reality, and hence he was able to inspire others to believe it by becoming that, not by forcing it on other people or fighting for it, simply becoming that. So when we begin, again reading the same thing, when we begin to experience the emotion of that event ahead of its possible occurrence, the body, as the unconscious mind, begins to respond as though the event is actually unfolding. So, on the other hand, what happens if we begin to anticipate some unwanted future experiences or even obsess about worst case scenarios based on a memory from our past? We are still programming the body to experience a future event before it occurs. So, choice is ours. What kind of future that we want to create? We can create a desired future and bring it in the present, or we can create a worst case scenario in our mind and then again bringing it in our present, programming our body according to that disastrous thoughts, negative thoughts, worst case scenarios, possibilities. So choice is always yours. Now the body is no longer in the moment or in the past, it's living in the future, but a future based on some construct of the past. Because when we think any negative thought, any lower vibrational thought, or worst case scenarios come from the beliefs that we have within us about something. For example, I was just reading it somewhere that emotions are nothing but the beliefs and the definitions. No emotion exists if you do not have a definition of that. Like if somebody doesn't understand expression or doesn't understand what jealousy means, how will that person would be able to experience it until and unless they know and understand the definition of it, understanding. So if we remove or change the perspective of the definition around that word, the whole experience of it will change. Like how we have defined, like some emotions are to be restricted from experiencing, like we are not worthy of experiencing love. So these are emotions, we are giving a definition of it. Love is simply love. It's a feeling, it's an emotion. No, it's a feeling and emotions are also different, first of all. So if you're what definition you add to it, that becomes your emotion. So When this occurs, the body does not know the difference again between the actual event transpiring in the reality and what we are entertaining mentally. The brain doesn't know what is the reality and what is your imagination. Body and mind doesn't know the difference between reality and your imagination. You could be living in a wonderful place, a wonderful situation, a wonderful life, but if you begin to think otherwise, that would be your reality. Your body will start reacting that way. How many of you have seen that very popular image of that quote, that there are two people sitting in a bus. One person is watching and his head is tilted towards his right, and one person's face is tilted towards its left. On a right side, there is a black wall, no scenery at all, and that person is feeling miserable in same circumstances, in the same road, in the same in the same way, in the same bus. But the other person is seeing a beautiful scenery on the way and is very happy, elevated, enjoying the experience. So how is that different for two people being in the same place? Is the perspective and a choice they're putting focus into. So the body and mind doesn't know the difference between the reality and the belief and the imagination that you're putting in. So if everything is aligned, if you're in the present moment and your belief is open to receive the present reality as it is, without coming from the past experiences or assumptions or the understanding of the definitions that you have created about something, and you just want to experience the realities as it is, see what it makes you feel. Okay, today it's supposed to rain, it's about to rain. Maybe last time my experience with the rain was not that good. I fell ill, or I was I was out, so I got completely drenched in water. I did not feel great about it. It's happening. But if I relate to that memory right now, my day will go into waste, because I will be living that memory. I will become again that somebody who is experiencing a bad day. I could just look at rain and let it make me feel what it is going to make me feel in the now. Or I can choose what I want to feel with that rain today. Understanding the difference. So choice is always yours. How you see things, how do you want to see things? What meaning you want to create out of that reality? You can have zero money in your pocket and still live a life of most happiest or luxurious life. You can change the definition of luxury for your own self. A luxury for you can be spending time with your loved ones, plenty times with your loved ones, or in the nature. You're free. You're free from worry of being robbed, because there's nothing to be robbed. So choice, the definition that you put in of what you're experiencing right now, defines everything, creates your reality. Your body starts to react that way. That's how miracles happen. When you start believing in it and becoming greater than your thoughts, emotions, and present reality, circumstances, environment. Knowing that this is what it is, this is what you are, and becoming it. So the body doesn't know the difference between what is actually happening and what is that you are imagining. Now, here's an example of living in the future based on the past. Imagine that you have been asked to give a lecture in front of 350 people, but you fear being on stage based on the memories of previous public speaking disasters from your distant past. Whenever you think about the coming talk, you envision yourself standing there stammering and losing your train of thought. Your body begins to respond as if that future event is unfolding now. So you start shivering. You anticipate uh, that dreaded day. You cause your body to already be living in that stressful reality. You know how your body start becoming nervous, sweating, shivering, stomach ache, all of that. Why your body starts reacting that way? Whereas nothing is happening. You're not even on the stage right now because you're anticipating the future based on the past. And correlate this example in with any matter of your life. If somebody, for example, someone has, for example, let's say father or mother, our parents, we did something, and in past when we acted that way, we got scolded. So next time we will be so afraid, our body will start shivering, anxiety will tap in, because again, because we did something, something similar is what we are experiencing, or similar experience has come in a situation. So you'll anticipate the future based on the past. I'm gonna get scolded again. My father is gonna scold me again, or mother is gonna scold me again, or teacher is gonna whatever. So, and we do it regularly in many cases, daily basis, on daily basis. So again, now you're living in future, but based on your past. And hence your body is reacting in that way. ठीक है? हाँ, ठीक है. Okay. So caught up in and obsessed with the possibility of failing again, you are so intent on that expected reality that you can't concentrate on anything else. Your mind and body are polarized, moving from the past to the future and back again. As result, you deny yourself the novelty of a wonderful future outcome. That's how we program ourselves. Okay, tomorrow I have to go for an interview. Last time I last time I went there, I wore this color t-shirt or dress, and it did not work out for me. People were staring at me weirdly, or the person who was interviewing me I did not impress. I couldn't impress that person. So I'm just giving you a layman experiences or the thoughts that may come. And now you've already anticipated that future. Now, tomorrow I'm going to go to the interview again. And you start getting nervous. What to wear, what should I wear, how to be, how to talk. Rather than being yourself and expecting the best out of it. Preparing yourself that this is what I want. I'm going to be there. I'm going to reach at this particular time. And I'm going to leave this mark and I'm going to get this job. Now you're creating the future that you want rather than coming from the past and bringing that future in the present. Now, living in the past, which is your future. Now, here's another example that demonstrates how familiar emotions create a corresponding future. You are invited in a co-worker's 4th of July barbecue. Now, everyone from your department is expected to attend. You don't like the host. He's always number one, and he doesn't mind, letting everyone know it. Now, every time he hosted any event before, you have wound up having a miserable time with this guy, pushing every single one of your buttons. As you are driving to his place now, you all you can think about is how at the last party he interrupted everyone's meal so he could present his wife with the new BMW. You are certain, as you have told your partner the whole week leading up to the cookout, that this is going to be a miserable day. That is what we do. That thing is coming up, and the whole time until it happens, you keep creating a story around it. Keep talking about it from your past experiences. And particularly when the day arrives, your whole body will start feeling that, oh, today I'm feeling unwell. Exams. Take an example of exams. When exams happen, if you're in that state of feeling that you have not done preparation well, you'll start feeling fever. You'll start getting shivers. Your body will start feeling weak, or any other thing. So here the example he's talking about, that he did not like the co-worker and he's hosting the party, and this is a great example for all the people who are in corporates, because this is a very common situation where you're invited to some parties where you are obligated to attend for the corporate structure, to maintain the corporate friendships, but you don't like to be there. So so he has been talking up to his partner, and on the day he start to feel miserable. He's talking about that it's going to be a miserable day, and it becomes exactly that. You run a stop sign and get a ticket because you're not in the present moment. So you're not aware. So you miss a stop sign and you get a ticket. One of your co-workers spills a beer on your pant and shirt. The hamburger that you requested be done medium well comes to you barely beyond raw. So you see, these are some examples of how the whole day build up being miserable, because he is in the frequency of feeling miserable, because his body is feeling miserable, his mind is feeling miserable, his belief is this day is going to be miserable, his experience of being there is going to be miserable, and hence he's attracting all of the miserable experiences. This has nothing to do with the person who's giving the party, which was the core reason of him being anticipating that it's going to be miserable. And that's what happens. Now, given your attitude, your state of being going in, how could you have expected things to turn out any other way? You woke up anticipating that this day was slated to be a horror show. And it turned out that way, and then that's how your that programming becomes more stronger. Your beliefs towards that story memory becomes more stronger. You alternated between obsessing about an unwanted future, anticipating what could come next, and living in the past, comparing stimuli you were receiving to what you have received previously. So you created more of the same. If you start keeping track of your thoughts and write them down, you will find that most of the time you are either thinking ahead or looking back. Okay. So live your desired new future in the precious present. This is a wonderful quote. Take it as a quote. Live your desired new future. Adding new is very important. New future in the precious present. Why precious? Again, present is a gift, because howsoever you want, you can be in the present moment. Howsoever. Okay, so here is another of those big questions. If you know that by staying present and serving or pruning your connections with the past, you can have access to all the possible outcomes in the quantum field, why would you choose to live in the past and keep creating the same future for yourself? And I'm sure this question comes to you, or might come to you, that if we can stay present and create a miraculous reality, then why do we keep going back to the past and keep creating the same future? Why wouldn't you do what is already in your power to do? To mentally alter the physical makeup of your brain and body so that you can be changed. You can be changed ahead of any actual desired experience. Why wouldn't you opt for living in the future of your choice now ahead of time? Instead of obsessing about some traumatic or stressful events that you fear is in your future based on your experience of the past, obsess about a new desired experience that you haven't yet embraced emotionally. Allow yourself to live in that potential new future now, to the extent that your body begins to accept or believe that you are experiencing the elevated emotion of that new future outcome in the present moment. Remember, when I said that my daughter needed to live her present life like she would already had the experience of the great summer in Italy? By doing that, she was broadcasting into the quantum field that event had already happened physically, already physically occurred, had already physically occurred. Go back to that experience. I would always recommend, because that experience is beautifully written. All the scenarios are given there where, okay, you have decided the intent. The whole formula is there in that experience. You have intended, okay, first getting the clarity, what is that you want and why is that you want, then keeping an intent, and then becoming that intent, that thought, that desired reality. How would you feel if it happened to you? For example, if you okay, let's take job example only. You want some job. How would you feel when once you are working in that company, once you are the manager of that company, the whatever the position that you want? What is that you're going to do and feel? Feeling. Because when you start feeling it in the now, you broadcast that frequency. Remember, emotions are the magnetic charge and thoughts are the electric charge. So okay, intent is there. But if the body is feeling differently, you're sending mixed signals to the universe. And hence mixed reality is coming. So you have to align your body and your mind. Body is the emotions are the language of your body. So emotionally and your mentally, you have to align. And then feeling it, and how to align by becoming it. and then creating that desired future in the now. You're like a channel. Now, if you want to listen to some particular radio channel, can you change the frequency, set it in the between of two frequencies and listen to that channel? You have to get to 92.7 FM. You have to change the meter of that frequency to that particular to be able to listen it clearly. You may be able to listen to some noises but with disturbance if you are somewhere near to that frequency. Again, mixed signals, but you have to tap into an exact 92.7 to be able to listen what's been broadcast on that frequency. So you have to become that frequency to be able to catch that desired reality. You are like a radio because we are energy beings. We are constantly vibrating by our state of mind, state of being. So the greatest people in the world have demonstrated this. Thousands of so-called ordinary people have done it. And you can as well. You have all the neurological machinery to transcend time, to make this a skill. What some might call miracles, I describe as cause of individuals working towards changing their state of being. Okay. So that their bodies and minds are no longer merely a record of their past, but become an active partners taking steps to make new and better future. Now if you're creating something new, you're not a puppet of your past memories, emotions, thoughts, beliefs. Now you're a creator because something new you're bringing in your reality. You're creating. Maybe even in that creation, even if in that you fail, you will learn because you have created it. You know what you did, where you went wrong, what went wrong. But if you come from the programming of past, you will not be able to find where is the problem because you're so habitual of it. That will become unseen for you. You can't see beyond it. Understanding. Okay, maybe understanding is there that something is wrong, but you're not able to see what is wrong because you're programmed to see that. You have programmed yourself to see that by repeating it non-stop. The emotions, the thoughts, and making the core belief related to that experience, that reality. So even if remember that experience of when Joe Dispenza said that a woman go to a grocery store and on the cash counter, the person giving the cash forgot to give the change, and the lady says sorry, whereas the shopkeeper was at fault. And her friend reminds her, why did you have to be sorry for somebody else mistake? And then her mind just opens up and she says, yes, this is what I've been doing. I always take up the responsibilities of other people's mistakes and feel as if it is my responsibility to be sorry about it or to be more careful about things. So that was a movement, Satori, for her. And that Satori happens in our life on daily basis when we instantly get some realizations of, okay, this is something, this needs to be changed. This is something which is not really is right. I'm not feeling right about this. But you don't know what to do. You don't know how to change it. You don't know what it is sometimes. So how to know that? by increasing your own awareness. And how do you do that? By doing more and more of meditation, by putting right information in your brain, elevating your frequency. That's how you become very aware of what is that is not resonating with you, because now your vibrations are different. You've filled yourself with cosmic energy. You're no longer on the lower state of being where you're blindfolded with the programmings of the past. And then you consciously change your mind. So meditation is utmost important. Here in this book, till now, he has been giving you an examples of what really happens, what goes beyond this structure, how, from where the programming comes, how the programming happens. But the solution of it, how to know, how to understand, is by increasing your own frequency. And to do that, you have to meditate. Read books, write spiritual books. Be in the company of elevated people who are already in a high state of mind and being and vibrating higher in a higher frequency, like-minded people who will talk to you in a manner which is, the words are of high vibration, rather than making you feel down, more down. Now we are living in the society. Sometimes you are obligated to do some things, but choice is always yours until you're completely prepared to face that, where you know you're gonna get triggered by some other people's limited beliefs because they are vibrating at that. Until you're prepared, you're strengthened enough, your core is strong enough to face it, to be unaffected by it. You can completely choose to not be there. That is what I'm sharing with my own experience. Choose your battles. But understand this, you cannot hide. There is no escape from that learning. So you cannot keep yourself hidden always and think, okay, it's not, I've learned everything. I don't have to meet people. I will never going to meet that certain people. No judgments and not hiding. What you're doing here is you're working on yourself, you're preparing yourself so much so that you are ready. You're already in high frequency. Now nothing going to affect you. So, but if you are going to where you already know that group of people, how they are, and some certain experience you're expecting, because you know that certain people are there or certain situations are there, so you're prepared, you're aware of it, but you don't know what is the solution. You can't avoid it. Solution is elevating your own frequency. You can't control the environment. You cannot control that is beyond you, but you can work on what's within you. It's almost done. Okay, let's just complete this chapter. So, transcending the big three peak experiences, an ordinary, altered state of consciousness. At this point, you understand that the main obstacle to breaking the habit of being yourself is thinking and feeling equal to your environment, your body, and time. Obviously, then learning to think and feel be greater than the big three is your first goal as you prepare for the meditation process you will learn in this book. Okay, I would recommend like becoming greater to become greater for all of this, you have to first meditate. That's what my experience tells. You have to prepare yourself, go beyond your mind so that you can put the right new thoughts. And that's where meditation helps you. We talked about mauna. What happens when we stay in mauna? We're consuming. Now we don't have to close our eyes and sit in one place. We're resuming our energy. And by becoming still, we are receiving cosmic energy, because cosmic energy is all around us. And what we do is we deplete rather than consume. So when we are still from our mind, from our body, from within, we start receiving it rather than depleting it. So when we are in Mon, still from your thoughts, your mind, your emotions, you start to receive it consciously and you regain. So these are the few ways other than meditation to gain cosmic energy. And when you do that, you heighten your moment to moment awareness. Now you're moment to moment aware because you're charged up completely. You're in an elevated state, completely elevated state. I would bet that at some point in your life, perhaps even frequently, you have already been able to think greater than your environment, your body and time. These moments when you transcend the big three are what some people call in the flow. There are a number of ways to describe what happens when you are surrendering, surrounding our bodies and our senses of time passage disappear, and we are lost in the world. In speaking to the group across the globe, I have asked audience members to describe creative moment when they were so consumed by what they were doing, or were so relaxed and at ease that they seem to enter an altered state of consciousness. These experiences generally fall into two categories. The first of these are so-called peak experiences, what we think of transcendent moments when we attain a state of being that we associate with monks and mystics. Compared to those highly spiritual events, the other may be more mundane, ordinary, and prosaic, but that doesn't mean that they are any less important. These ordinary moments happened to me many times, although not as often as I would like. While in the process of writing this book, when I first sat down to write, I often have many other things on my mind: my busy travel schedule, my patients, my kids, my staff, how hungry, sleep, happy I am. On good days, when my keypad, on good days when the word seems to flow out of me, it is as though my hands and my keyboard are an extension of my mind. I'm not consciously aware of my fingers moving or my back resting against a chair. The trees swaying in the breeze outside of my office disappears. That bit of stiffness in my back no longer nudges for my attention, and I am completely focused on the uh, focused on and observed by the words on my computer screen. So basically, is explaining what happens when when he is beyond those three threes: mind, environment, and body. Just giving, so please read this example. Great example he has given, that while he was writing the book, sometimes he found it so difficult to concentrate and focus on that he couldn't find any words. And sometimes his pen or his keyboard became as if it's an extension of his mind. It's just flowing because they've become that. So the whole nature is supporting his back. Maybe his pain is still there in his back, but it's not nudging for his experience, like attention, because he's completely focused and become one with the flow of writing that book. That is mindfulness. That is what he's talking about. So, with that, we are done with the chapter 4. And all right. Yes. All right. I would love to hear from you all. Please go ahead. What are the understandings that you're getting? Maybe share your experience so that I can add these learnings to that experience and share with you. You can all unmute yourself. Yes, Deepti.
Hello,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I did meditation yesterday night and it was a very nice, peaceful sleep for me after many days. Yeah, like you had suggested that I should do more meditation. So yesterday I did it. And one more thing I wanted to share was that after the 1.5 hours meditation, it was like healed my body to a very great extent. Since the beginning of this uh, class, I'm like my digestive system was just ruined. And after the first Sunday, like I could eat rice, and after the next Sunday, I could even eat roti. Like it helped a lot. 1.5 hours meditation. Every time I could reach a new level. And like today, yesterday, I could feel that the whole of my left side is blocked inside. But that to remove that, uh, I had to first remove the ego from that part. So it was a very nice experience. And all these days, from your session started, like I'm feeling fresh like a small child all day because of the meditations. I thank you so much.
Awesome. Wonderful experience. Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
Mhm.
It's wonderful. And it's just the beginning. Please don't stop. Yes.
Mhm. Today in the meditation, just a few words of Patriji. It was it had a big effect on me, my mind, body, soul.
Do you want to share? What were those words?
He was singing the same song, like yeah, but like his voice was very healing, soothing. Like, I have never met him, never seen him, and not heard him. Mm.
All right. So how did you get to know about these sessions?
I told you, my daughter Shruti, she is in touch with Mahendra sir and Rambabu from the Mulund pyramid.
Right. In Mumbai.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Mhm.
So, and he's already there. Just write if you want to read. Okay, let me just write Patriji and you'll get all the information. You'll get all the quotes, all the teachings, and all the books that he has recommended, all the experiences that he have shared, and of other people. So keep listening to other masters, other people's experiences. Three things. If you were there yesterday, we talked about this formula that Sir gave. 3 hours of meditation. Yes, you were there. 3 hours
Yeah.
of meditation, 2 hours of swadhyay, and 1 hour of sajjan sangat there. You may find it, like how we are doing right now. It's sajjan sangat. We're sharing each other's experiences, listening to each other's experiences. We are in the company of like-minded people. So create a like-minded. If you find people who are in the same state of mind, bring them home maybe and do continue the sadhana, or find a group online or wherever, or maybe join somewhere where there are experience sharing happening. YouTube in Hindi, okay, PMC Hindi on YouTube. Just go on PMC Hindi or PMC English, uh, because I think you understand both these languages. There are
Yeah.
multiple people share their experiences of how they have healed their chronic diseases just by meditating,
Mhm.
and so much more. How they could heal their deepest uh, wounds, emotional wounds, mental wounds,
Mhm.
blockages. So when we hear, sometimes
Yeah.
there are few questions within us which are not still have arisen, or we are still not aware of those questions or those
Mhm.
happenings. When we read books or listen to other people's experiences, some knowingness start appearing. Okay, I was also seeking this. Okay, I've also experienced this. So if this is how she has reached here, by doing this, the same or similar things, I can be there, or I can experience what is there for me to experience. So it open up our mind, the
Correct.
possibility. So I'll just share with you PMC Hindi and PMC English.
Mhm.
Whatever the languages that you are comfortable with, watch.
Okay. Mhm.
All right. Thank you, Deepti. Thank you for sharing a wonderful experience.
Mhm. Thank you, ma'am. Mhm.
This is just a beginning.
Mhm.
Just a beginning. You have to go. You have so much more to experience. Please
True.
keep patient. The group is always open. The more sessions will come up. We will come up with more sessions. But till then, continue your
Mhm.
meditation. And anytime you want to share, anytime, message
Mhm.
or call
Yeah.
or share in
Mhm.
the group is always open.
Okay. Yeah. And today's music was just super. Like, I just loved it.
I'll share it with the group.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
it's Raghupati Raghav. It's song sung by Sir. I'll just
Yeah.
share it. Like,
Yeah.
I'll share the group. So on the
Mhm.
YouTube, just go and search Patriji meditation music. So all the
Okay.
music that I shared is from PMCs by
Mhm.
played by Sir. So just write
Mhm.
Patriji meditation music, Patriji meditation music, and you'll find the list, and you can choose whichever music you want to meditate on in that moment.
Yeah. Mm. Right. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Jay, are you able to now unmute yourself and speak? Would you? Right. Hi. Sorry, because my electricity went off. So I got I got out of Zoom, but I'm back. So yes. Anyone else would like to share? I was asking Jay if he could if he's able to unmute himself, because I would love to talk to him and ask and listen to his experience. I'm waiting to listen to his experience. If you're not, uh, if you can share it in the group, I would be waiting for it. We all would be waiting for it. All right. Anyone else would want to share anything before we leave? All right, then. We will meet tomorrow, and have great celebration. Bye bye. Have a great day.